Greetings, Algo artisans. Exciting week in markets. We're going to take a look at the charts today. Bitcoin, gold, USDJPY, and we're going to jump into the charts right now. Quick reminder that nothing we say in any of our videos, work, or website is to be used or construed as investment advice. Please consult a licensed investment advisor before risking your money on the markets because you can lose your money. It's risky. Okay, so looking at Bitcoin, definitely strong. Some developments since we last looked at it a few hours ago this morning live. If you look really close here on the daily chart, really the 18-hour chart, you'll see this candle is being crushed upwards. Price dumped down a bit to grab some liquidity, and now it's already being pushed up this long tail and this really short body here. If this candle closes like that or any higher than that, this is an indication of bullishness on the midterm. Where might price go in that case? We have liquidity topside at about 69,650. If price were to make its way all the way up there, then of course the momentum might push it all the way up to 72,000, and there's always that chance that price breaks above 72,000 to form all-time highs. Of course, price could reject top here, grab more liquidity downside, and then of course we would be in this consolidation for longer, this multi-month consolidation that we've been looking at. What else might happen? Well, there is liquidity downside right now, so there's always that possibility that the price eventually rejects and heads down and grab this liquidity, which is sitting at 56,000 to 59,500. Think about that, is that this move up is pretty strong and it's at a key time during the bull market. So at this time, I would guess we're going to see 69.5 before we were to dump down below 60,000, but I could be wrong. Another possibility here is that price could hang out where it is, maybe range a bit, grab a little more liquidity down here from some of these older order blocks, and then head back up after that. So a lot of different possibilities. I'm not really too worried about which ones I'm going to trade because I trade level by level. So I do lean towards the possibility of either a move up to 69,500 or so, or perhaps again just a little slight pullback on the way to grab liquidity, perhaps in the low 60s and on the way up. Those are my two more likely scenarios, which is basically what we said this morning, but now we have this really strong bullish candle on the daily where price is being pushed up with that long tail. That's a very strong price. Whipped down to grab that liquidity down around 62,500 and is already on the way back up after doing it a few hours ago. So very strong, and of course this is going to be strong for the entire crypto sector. Let's move on to gold because I took a great trade in the private live lab today. And of course everybody got to see me take this trade, and now the trade is well past where I entered. So now it's still a valid trade. It's a breakout trade. This is a higher time frame trade than I usually take, but for things like gold and the SP 500, I'm willing to hold those for a while. I don't mind longing those and sitting on them for a few weeks or even a couple months. And so I've done that with gold here, and as I had predicted weeks ago, I do believe that price will continue up to about 2,600, and I think we could see 2,600 easily by the fall. Easily. If we look at the trajectory based on the prior move, then I'm even being a little bit conservative by saying that we could see 2,600 by September. Of course, this is an exciting year. We have an election, and there are always concerns with elections and wars and all kinds of stuff, but usually that kind of chaos pushes precious metals up as a safe haven. So here's the trade. My first take target is going to be at 2,500, really just below that, and then my second take profit is going to be just below 2,600. Now I may choose to take profit or not at 2,500. It's going to depend on what the charts say, but as price goes up, I think it's always wise to shave off profit. This is not investment advice, doing research and all that. However, I've already moved my stop up to entry, right? When price broke past this resistance right here that gold had created back on Monday the 20th, once it broke past that, I said, okay, that's some pretty good power, that's good momentum, and this resistance is now a support. So price might come back down, but chances are it will bounce at that same price, that 24.50, 24.51. So this price right here, this trade right here is forever in profit. The least it can do is just break even as it exits at my entry. So that's a lovely thing. Let's take a look at USDJPY. Now this is a trade I've talked about publicly, and I took a smaller position on this one for now. I may end up grabbing a larger position if price comes down, but we've been looking at the pattern on this, and again, there is the whole currency war theory out there where the USD JPY and the Japanese yen are going to do some very volatile things. Bank of Japan no longer is going to promise that they're on infinite QE with negative real rates. They might even start to come in and protect the yen. We don't know when that's going to happen, and if that did happen, we might actually see this first trade go sideways. And that's always going to be the case whenever you're trading anything. There's always things that you can't predict that can happen, and this is why we have stop losses, and we worry about winning over time. We don't try to win every single trade. I mean, we do. We don't expect to win every single trade, right? You have good trades that simply don't win. However, if everything remains the same, this could be a beautiful trade. This is a 4.5 to 1. It's pretty much rated entry. So again, not investment advice. I do have a stop loss at 156.99 to take profit at 166.51. And if price crosses 159.49, I will go ahead and move my stop to entry and even look to build positions as it goes up, right? If I get any pullbacks, I might enter. So this is a beautiful trade. Of course, it's not in profit yet, so we might see a pullback that might even give me a better entry. If price pulls back and everything remains the same, the algos remain the same, and we see maybe a liquidity grab in the mid 150s or the high 150s, I might even enter a second position here. And the fortunate thing is I can have just as much profit with a fraction of the position size if that happens. And that's always a good strategy for me. So that's the plan with USDJPY. Quick video today, just a chart update with a couple of trades. Might be valuable to you as far as educational data only. And as many of you regular listeners know, I was taking a few weeks off handling some personal matters, and things should be back to normal here pretty soon, if not right away. We'll get back into Strategy Saturdays and have regular videos every week, so please put some requests in. Ask me for certain videos, certain charts if you want to see them. Leave comments in the YouTube section. It's a great way to do it. I do look at the comments and I do respond. I hope this video was helpful. Please come over to algofactory.tech. We teach people how to build their own trading method, otherwise known as an algorithm. You don't have to know how to code, but if you do code, we can put you on the path to where you can build something that trades for you while you're not at the computer. If you just want to trade manually, which is what most people are doing, then that is, of course, something that we can help you do and help you have the capability to possibly extract money out of these markets on a regular basis. And while we do focus on crypto for a lot of these videos, I'm actually primarily a Forex trader, and you got to know that crypto doesn't go forever. It goes for about a year, year and a half, and then for a couple of years, there's not much going on in crypto. And if you want to be a trader, you're going to want to understand how to really trade, how to put on those big boy pants, because what's going to happen is eventually crypto's going to flatten out, and the meme coins aren't going to be what they used to be, most likely. I've seen it enough times. I've been in this game since 2017. I don't expect that to change. So come on over, learn how to trade. As a matter of fact, we got some pretty happy customers who are already down the path of success in their algo building. Let's hear from one of those right now.
Hey guys. So I've been in Algo Factory for around 10 months now. I held crypto, but I hadn't traded crypto or Forex before. Since joining, I've learned a massive amount that I use almost daily for trading, reading charts, using indicators, and understanding different aspects of the market. So I found the course incredibly easy to follow, and the interactive style of teaching is incredibly beneficial. So now that I'm comfortable in my trading ability, I'm starting to invest more capital, and projections are looking very promising. My goal is to be trading full-time in the future, which I believe is highly achievable. I've met an amazing community of like-minded people and made some great friends. In my opinion, both V and Cowboy go above and beyond, and I highly recommend joining Algo Factory. Thanks for everything, legends. Cheers.
Don't forget algofactory.tech. Trade your job, upgrade your life, and we'll see you on the next one.